Well, both sides of a fight between Tekkie Town, former Tekkie Town executives and the company that owns the brand, are claiming a degree of victory this week in a court hearing. But there's still a whole lot of issues facing the company, including a 41 million rand lawsuit from the Tekkie Town founder Bram van Heesteen, who is claiming pay for, as far as he sees it, that he is entitled to, despite the fact that he resigned from the company. I've seen those particular court papers. But what is the future of the Tekkie Town brand? I spoke to Bram van Heesteen soon after this mess exploded, and he was of the very strong opinion that Tekkie Town will collapse, will fail to operate. The Steinhoff Africa retail people, spoke to Jayendra Naidu about this, say, oh please, it's retail is detail, we got retail, we know what we're doing, we've got the systems, we've got the brand, it's all going to be peachy. Does Tekkie Town have a future as things stand right now?
I hope so. You know, it's a big part.
I'm watching your lips move, but I don't believe you for a second. There's so much animosity.
I genuinely do, because it's a big portion of our life's work, you know, and a lot of people's life work, and you don't want.
But your life's work has been taken. From your perspective, your life's work has been taken away from you in an unfair way. This is about fairness.
Not true.
You don't perceive Steinhoff Africa Retail as having treated you fairly. That's what the fight's about.
I don't perceive Steinhoff Africa Retail to having treated me fairly. But my life's work is the result of Tekkie Town, and that is on the board. No one can ever take that away from me. So you want it to succeed, because if you run a business well...
You sold this business for 3.2 billion rand. As a management team, 3.2 billion rands worth of Steinhoff shares. That's a lot of money. 98% of that value gone, courtesy of the collapse in the Steinhoff share price. And I mean, you're being very magnanimous about it and being very nice about it, but that's got to hurt.
If you're not good enough without it, you'll never be good enough with it. That's the truth.
Are you guys starting again?
I doubt it. We may. We've got a little bit of disagreement in the camp about that. Bram wants to start again. He likes that. He knows that model. It's a model certainly that you know, we can replicate. Not necessarily with Tekkie Town 2, as people call it, but we could go back into retail because we understand it. And,
is it just too much hard work now to redo it? You've got 368 stores in the Tekkie Town business. You've made an offer. You guys went and offered 2 billion rand. Steinhoff Africa Retail won 3.8. It's nice that they value your life's work at such a high level. Is there a point in continuing those conversations, or is that ship sailed?
It depends. You know, they do want to sell the business, and there was a time when we wanted to buy it back. Certainly, that ship has sailed, but the net asset value of the business is more or less 700 million rand. You know, our offer was a good offer. It was for 2 billion rand in cash plus all legal claims. So 2 billion rand in cash, 2-star, and the legal claims disappear. And we believe the legal claims to have currency because, you know, we're the claimants.
What is the status of the head office? Because as this was all going down, Bram van Heesteen, who owns the Tekkie Town head office in George, it's his property, then served an eviction notice on staff. This is how rough this thing has got. To say, Tekkie Town, get out of my building. Is that still being enforced?
That is a process that certainly we are going through. We didn't serve an eviction notice. They've actually served a summons to say that they're in lawful occupation. The leases have been cancelled, and we will pursue an avenue to evict them.
Are they still paying you rent? Oh, well, not you, but Bram. Are they still paying Bram rent?
I've never seen anybody try as hard to pay rent as they've tried to pay rent in the last week.
Okay. So, I mean, they're very committed to this head office. It's a valuable space to them. It is the signature building, no doubt, in George, which houses Tekkie Town and is very symbolic in this fight, I take it.
Yeah, I guess so. But Bram doesn't want them there anymore. And that's a personal reason more than anything.
If Bram's not worried about money, why is he suing Steinhoff Africa Retail for 41 million rand?
Bram has a saying to say that we don't start fights, but if somebody starts a fight with us, we will fight it to the end. And they took away his purpose when they mistreated him. And just as Leon Lawrence said, the 440 million BVI guarantee is contractual. I guess so Bram's remainder of his contract is contractual.
But he resigned.
He did not resign. He resigned because he was denied the opportunity to do his job in a fair manner.
But there's a process for that in South Africa. If you are treated badly, you go through a process. He chose not to go through that process and resigned.
He did. He sent them 2 notices, in which he asked them to remedy. They didn't respond to that. They didn't respond to it at all.
This is a fight that continues, clearly. For all of your calm exterior, inside I feel that there is a fight worth having, and that you guys aren't going to back away from a fight on this, or are you willing to let sleeping dogs lie? Now that you've reached a settlement, there are some outstanding legal issues, can you let it lie, or is there a fight still to be had?
No, there's still several fights to be had, unfortunately. Would we choose to fight them? No. Do we have to fight them? Yes.
What are those fights?
So the big fight still is the cancellation of the original Steinhoff transaction. Then there's the recognition of the earn-out. Then there's the eviction out of the warehouses. Then there's the contract breach for Bram van Eystein. There's the breach of contract for myself. There's the breach of contract for Davie van Niekerk. If you tally them all up, there's about 14 cases.
Are you guys all drawing a wage, a salary out of that 104 million rand trust that was set up at the time of the Actis deal before Steinhoff came along?
No, we're not drawing salaries out of them.
Are you paying salaries to people who walked out of the business?
We're not paying salaries to people because
are you paying stipends? Are you paying any money at all, handing over any cash?
In order to pay salaries, somebody would have to work for you, right? So, but we are making distributions to people which they are rightfully entitled to.
So you're making distributions. The people are surviving. It's almost like you're keeping them on hold for something new.
Are we? I'm not sure that we are.
Mostert, we must leave it there. Thank you very much for your time and coming on to Taking Stock. That's where we leave it for this week. My thanks to Mostert and to you for watching us. You can send us your feedback via Twitter, the handle for that @ENCA, or @Bruce Business using the hashtag ENCA Taking Stock. Till next time. Bye-bye.